So right now, there's a big election happening for the next president of Mexico. It's between two women, which everyone's focusing on. But I think a big thing to focus on is what's going to mean for tourism to Mexico. And in particular, this person is going to be overseeing one of the biggest events in tourism, the FIFA 2026 World Cup. And there are going to be about, I believe, a good amount of games are going to be in Mexico because Mexico's co-hosting it with the U.S. and Canada. Mexico, three cities, Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Monterrey are going to be hosting World Cup games. And so it's one of the big things this new president's going to have to do is to work with FIFA and facilitate the movement of people between Mexico, US, and Canada for people who want to see the games. At the moment, there are high-level talks to develop a visa or some kind of way to make travel easy between the three countries. Canada and the US are kind of on the same page, but Mexico, it's a different story because the whole immigration issue. So she's gonna have to advocate to make sure Mexico is not, first off, disrespected in these discussions when it comes to facilitating travel between the three countries, and then as well as making sure FIFA does its fair share of the costs. At the moment, the one thing FIFA does, they kind of do they give you cost estimates before you host, and they're higher than you expected, and taxpayers take up more of the bill. One thing she's going to have to do, whoever wins, is going to have to advocate and fight for Mexico when it comes to dealing with FIFA, so that they don't get shortchanged, and the money that actually gets that the tourist dollars that go to Mexico end up going to Mexican people and not into foreign corporations and organizations that aren't going to be spreading the wealth around into the Mexican people. So that's going to be a big priority. And then other priorities are going to have to be, with the growing American market, how is she going to facilitate it? How is she going to support American travel, which has been very popular this year? At the moment, a lot of areas that are getting a lot of new American tourism within Mexico. During the spring break, Mexico is one of the highest, most popular areas for tourism. And it's just, American market's always been strong in Mexico, but other parts are getting attention too. And I think this will be, whoever is president is going to have to play a big role in facilitating that new movement of people, these new markets that are coming from America to Mexico. So I think our big things are going to be supporting American travel into Mexico, making it stronger, as well as helping Mexico develop strongly with new, better infrastructure and to facilitate movement of people across the country. And then dealing with FIFA and making the World Cup events a fair deal for the Mexican people, and making sure that Mexican people can travel to the U.S. and Canada to see World Cup games in those countries as well. So this will be, I think, at the moment, the three big things that should be a big priority of whoever becomes president of Mexico when it comes to tourism.